Okay, so for anyone who is still subscribed to me and is watching this video, but mostly still subscribed to me because I haven't had any videos in a really long time, thank you. You are awesome for putting up with me and no videos. Although it might just be for you forgot that you were subscribed to me, but that's okay too. I'll take that. So anyway, for today's video, it's a talking video. And as you know, when you get me talking, I talk a really long time. And that get me going. Some people that know me know that. And I have issues explaining things sometimes. Like, if I say something's cool, it might be, and you would have to see it for yourself to be sure, because I will, pretty sure I make it sound lame. And as you just saw, I get off subject, or go off track, a lot. So, I made a list, so I wouldn't forget what I wanted to talk about. And it's actually a really short list, but yeah. So, the main part of this video is a review of my trip to Spokane and KuroNekoCon. So, we went both days this year, and I was like, yeah, we're going both days, it's so awesome. And just so you guys know, I went as the green suited once-later from Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. And it was awesome, but it was literally like 98 degrees there, so I was dying. I spent maybe till like 9 in the morning till literally noon. And an hour of that, like half hour of that, was in a nice AC truck. And mostly it's because I had to stand out in the hot sun in line waiting forever. But it has, if you've seen the once-later in his green suit, you know what I'm talking about. It's a hot costume. If you haven't, there's a full-sleeved, tailed green coat, a shirt, and because I'm a girl, even though I don't have big boobies with my pajamas, I still gotta bind them a little bit. So you have that, and I had suspenders because my pants won't stay up anymore. Like they literally won't stay up, which I'm happy about. And you have like black pinstripe pants and the black boots, and you need socks in your boots, and blah blah blah. You have like black haired wig and top hat. It's hot. And besides that, I was walking around this kick-ass mock Red Flying V guitar that I made, which you might see later. I'm not going to bother getting it out right now. Sorry. I got off track again. But anyway. And on a side note, I'm purposefully going off track now. I love that movie so much. Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. The once-later is awesome. Okay? Like, me and my friend were watching the movie today, and I was fangirling all over the place. I love once-later. And the movie. It's adorable. I know some people say that Seuss movies don't really turn out good, but it was the best of the Seuss movies. Like, it made the most money. And I think it's a great movie. Like, I don't really care about the main story. Like, Ted and Audrey, great. They planted the tree. Awesome. They're going to have oxygen. But I care that the Lorax came back and gave Once-later a hug. And that's the actual end of the movie. So I think that was the main focus. Because I found a lot of plot holes. It's kind of scary. Anyway. I haven't learned a new word. I digress. Going back to the subject. Whew. Thank you, Nostalgia Critic. Anyway. So, we went both days to the con. I was super excited because it's like the past 2 years. Yeah, con's been going 4 years, and I went to the second, third, and fourth year. I was only on one day, and I was always disappointed because there was something amazingly awesome going on the day that we left, which is usually Sunday. So after much talking and stuff, I convinced my grandma to do with me both days, so we went Friday and left Monday. And I thought it was going to be amazing. And I did have fun, for the most part. It's just, like, for one, it was super hot, so I was miserable. Like, the only good thing about it being super hot was that I could sit by the pool when I got bored, get a tan, like, I got this nice beach tan from my bikini top and stuff, and I could just sit there and draw. And then I could like go in the ice cold. Seriously, it'd be 100 out and that pool will be like 40 degrees. Not kidding. I don't know what a really cool temperature is for a pool. I just know it is ice cold. I could swim in there, be freezing, like get hypothermia freezing, and be completely dried off in like 5 minutes. It was that hot. So that and like standing around waiting in line to go in, not a great start. Well, what I was glad is a lot of people recognized me. They're like, hey, what's that? And I'm like, what? Because knowing me, I don't really pay attention. Like I walk by a person, and the ones where he's like the anti-hero, he cuts down all the trees in the movie. And the guy was like, stop cutting down my trees. I'm like, what is that guy talking about? Oh, he's talking to me. Like, one of those things. But anyway, I felt a lot of love being recognized. But like, I know not all cosplayers are like this and stuff, but it seemed like there was a lot of rude people that had to use, like, a lot of bad language for no apparent reason. Like, I get it if you're mad or if you're, like, trying to make a point. There's a lot of, like, shoving in the lines and no personal space whatsoever. Like, that is one of my biggest pet peeves, is that if I don't know you, or if you're not, like, a really close friend of mine, get out of my personal space. I don't want you freaking 1 inch from me, breathing down my back, getting your hot, sweaty nastiness all close to me, because that just makes me sweat more. Okay? Or it's extremely awkward. I don't want you that close. You don't need to be that close. Back up. Back up. See? Got myself. And another thing was, people didn't watch where they were going. I was like, I have this giant guitar here. It's going to be in the way. You can't see it. It's bright. It's like fire engine red and black and gold. You can't see that? So it's like, I'm standing here minding my own business, literally not moving. Why should I have to move my prop if you're going to be a dumb person and just run into it? Really. And like, I get that if something's popular, there's going to be a lot of it, but there are a lot of the blue-skinned with, like, candy corn horn demons from, I guess, Homestuck. Like, I just learned about this literally today, like, less than 12 hours ago. I'm not going to think of that. And it was like, hey, that's cool, you're actually, like, a big group, but get some originality. And I know that stuff's going to be a pain in the butt to wash off, and it's not really a big con. So why would you put all that body paint on, especially if there's not even going to be a photo shoot? Like, I thought that was kind of stupid. And, like, I'm trying to think through. Okay, one thing is the con was extremely unorganized this year. Like, there was so much stuff that wasn't on time. It made me so mad. Like, this is their 4th year. They should have these glitches out. Okay? Like, I understand if you're in the 3rd year, but if you're trying to, like, grow as a con, if you're going to have cool stuff, or, like, activities to do while people are waiting for the cool stuff, make sure they're on time. Like, there was this concert, the Casa concert, and I might put some video in of that. But, like, the Casa concert, it was supposed to start at 4:30, and didn't start until an hour later. Like, you could literally, it was supposed to start at 4:30, and, like, a little time after that, it was like, okay, they're still warming up or whatever. Literally, at, like, 5 o'clock, we saw the band members go out and walk into the vendor's hall, and, like, walk around, looking around and buying stuff, and I'm like, what the crap? They were supposed to start the concert. Or, like, I was waiting for the Casa concert to start, and I was like, oh, there's, like, mask making going on for the masquerade tonight. Okay, let's go make a mask. And we get there, and there's, like, the end of this panel, other panels going on. So I'm sitting there, and I'm, like, doodling in my little sketchbook, because I do that when I'm bored. I learned from this con, bring your sketchbook. And the people never showed up for the mask making. Like, we waited there 15 15, 20 minutes, and they never showed up. And we're like, okay, that's pretty crappy. Or I participated in the KuroNeko Idol, but it was supposed to start at like 12:30, and they bumped it back to 11. And I'm like, okay, I'll time this and this and this. This is when I need to go to the con. This is when I need to get this guy's autograph. This is when I need to warm up. And they're like, oh, it's going to be pushed back to 11:30. And I'm like, oh, cool, great. I get to sit around, look at my stuff I got, and then I can practice some more. And then we're like walking outside, or like we're about to go outside because I was going to warm up on the grass, you know, what's like in the back part of the building where it's at. And they're like, all participants in the thing need to go to the room for KuroNeko Idol right now. And it was like 10:50, and I'm like, what the heck? So we get there, and they're like, okay, we only have like one more person to wait for, and I'm like, well, don't I feel like a butthole, for lack of a better word? I made everybody wait, but that's because they announced earlier that's going to be us time. But apparently we don't touch that. So that went alright. KuroNeko Idol. I cracked some. Didn't move around as much as I liked. Didn't get as much into it. Which partially I thought I was preparing to sing on like a stage, which I probably still would have gotten into it there. But it was in a room. And we were supposed to sing in Japanese, but some people didn't. I don't know why, because it was in the rules. They didn't win, so I was like, whatever. But, like I'm sitting there and I forgot some of the Japanese. I'm like, okay, we have Japanese words. Towashi, Jiba, I remember this part. And so yeah, that was my biggest complaint, was how unprofessional it was. And like, I know a lot of the people are really nice and they're really cool, but it seemed kind of like the people didn't put as much effort or care into their costumes. Like, either they were really simple or they were OCs. Like, you get it if your OC is kind of popular, or if you're going to do an OC, make it so that they know what show it's from. Like, there's a girl that had a Naruto OC, and it's like she had some neck gloves on, t-shirt and shorts, and a backpack. And this guy's like, oh, are you gonna have a costume? She's like, oh, I'm gonna do my Naruto OC. And I'm like, where's your village headband? Or a ninja tool? Give us another clue. Or like, they would buy a costume, which I'm all for buying costumes. I would love to buy every single costume, but I can't. I can buy fabric to make costumes, but the costumes themselves cost too much. Unless they're the thrift store. But there was like a Sailor Jupiter there, and I was like, yeah, Sailor Jupiter, my girl, I'm gonna get my picture with her. For one, she was rude. Like, I was at the Kaza concert trying to film some stuff for my friend, and she stood literally 2 inches in front of me, which first, the personal space thing. Second, I can't video anything. My girl was like, hey, we're standing right here, can you move me? She's like, oh, trying to do my job. And I'm like, yeah, trying to do a job here too. But she finally like moved like 6 inches, and I was like, whatever. And her costume, like, you could tell it was bought. It wasn't like a nicely bought costume, it was like a really badly bought costume. Or if she made it, she didn't use like the right material. Like, it was really flat. And you want it more like, not flat, if that makes sense. Anyway. Speaking of Sailor Jupiter, I found a really nice cosplay at a mall that I want to get. Like, save up money and get for it, because Sailor Jupiter is awesome, and she's a Sailor she kind of looks like. But yeah, it seemed like there wasn't as much effort, and like, even when you were waiting for like the main attraction stuff to happen, there wasn't anything else to do. You like sit there and watch other people do stuff. Like, there wasn't an anime viewing, or there wasn't like an art gallery, or there wasn't like, here's a drawing room you can go. Like, but I guess it's also partially my fault, because I just discovered this year there's a gaming room with like like foosball and arcade games and pool tables, and I was like, what the crap? I could have so much fun right now. But that's not bad. So if I go next year, it'll be one day. And if I'm bored, I will go to that game room and kick some pool butt. And I guess the other thing was the vendor's hall. There's a lot of the same stuff. And like I was walking around and there is My Little Pony plushies. Yes, I love My Little Pony so much. I found a bookmark. Like I got a My Little Pony bookmark, 2 geisha drawings, like postcards of Sumi A. She's a really cool artist. I got a bookmark from her. I got a Starfire pin. I got a Spider-Man and Deadpool chibi keychains and this really cool key necklace from I got from this girl. She sold a lot of steampunk stuff, and yeah, it's like one of a kind because she makes them and she gets them from like little things she finds at this hobby shop. I'm dying to go to. We didn't have time. But like it was the vendor's hall, a lot of the same stuff. Like literally a lot of the same merchandise from last year. Like there's some new things, but didn't find any of the stuff from the characters that I really wanted to find. Like I was expecting at least one person to have something from Dr. Seuss's Deluxe. Maybe not even the one from just from the movie. Nothing at all. Anyway, I found this girl and she was making My Little Pony plushies and they were so cute. They were like from a pillow. They're like yay high. They're all 3D and they're really good made. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. How much are they for? And I was like, I was expecting like 40, maybe 50, and it was like $80. I was like, can't afford that right now. Bye. So yeah, I just got like little stuff. Yeah. So that's about it for the con. I can't really think of anything else right now. The Casa concert, the band was actually really good. Like, they did an acoustic set. And the lead singer, has a really gorgeous voice. And, like, I was so jealous of her hair. Like, it was, like, perfect hair. I don't know why, that just, like, stuck in my mind. But the sound system, I feel, could have been better to, like, handle the strength of her voice. Like, she was powerhouse voice and the speakers couldn't really take it. And there wasn't any place for people to sit. You either stood up or you sat on the floor and were getting stepped on. Like, I wish there could have at least been some, like, around seating. I didn't go to the rave because I was tired. I wanted food. And I just didn't want to go to the rave because there wasn't anyone to be like, yeah, with. I mean, there was, but I didn't know them. So if I don't know people, I'm kind of like, yeah. Which, at the next dance masquerade, I dressed up in a female Wensler. I had like a striped dress and long white gloves and sparkly jewelry and my eyes all done green and stuff, and it was really pretty. And so I'm sitting there and, well, you have to wear a mask, which some people took off their mask. I was like, well, you're fun. And I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, and then slow song comes on, and all these guys ask some girls to dance, and I'm sitting there like, oh, maybe get asked, and nobody asked me. But I danced with a couple girls, and they were fun, but like I said before, I was kind of like, yeah, I was like, yeah, well, like I usually would. As a friend, like there are people that know that I can crazy dance. It has scared some people, but especially one of my friends. Anyway. And so that was that. And the DJ was actually really good. Like the DJ last year, the start was good, and then I changed DJs and it got really sucky. And this year it was pretty good. And I heard the rave was really good too. I just didn't feel like going to it. But aside from the con, if I remember something, I'll probably go off track and talk about that. Aside from the con, The first night we went to Johnny's for dinner, and I didn't feel like fixing my hair after being awake all day, so I just left my wig on, threw on my shirt, skinny jeans, my cool necklace, and flip-flops. So we went, and there's this really cute wig. Oh, that domo from last year was still in the machine. Not kidding. But the machine is out of order, so I couldn't try it. Yeah. Anyway, the waiter was like super cute. By the way, I had the chicken and parmesan. It was so good. So good. You wouldn't even believe your eyes. It was so good. Probably because I was so hungry. And the other place we went to eat was Mongolian barbecue. I learned that it wasn't Mongolian Girls, Mongolian barbecue. And that place was amazing. Like, I love the food. And we learned that if you go to lunch and get like medium-sized bowl, which is like this round on this deep, lot of food, if you go at like lunchtime, which ends at 4:30, you can get that bowl for cheaper than the small bowl at dinner time. So we went there and we learned that. And we're like, yeah, we're going to go like 2 times. So worth it. And the one thing I remember really good is that they have this seriously good pepper. Like, it's not like peppery pepper. It's like all flavory and stuff peppery. Put it on there. It's like heaven in your mouth. It is so good. Seriously. And we went and walked around Walmart because there's like this side of Spokane and then like all the way over here, like 2 of my bathroom balls is the other side of Spokane. So, and this side of Spokane is like airport, casino, stuff they don't really want to do. Like, hey, I like walking around casinos, but I can't gamble, and if I do gamble, I'll lose every cent, so not my cup of tea. And over there, it's like mall, hobby shop, comic shop, beautiful, gorgeous park, fun. It also takes like half an hour, 45 minutes to get there. With the traffic and the stops and the, yeah. And then we had the pool, and sitting by the pool, and drawing by the pool, listening. So, my camera actually cut off in the part about KuroNekoCon. So, I'm going to make it 2 videos. There's going to be KuroNekoCon, and there's going to be like a life update video. And so, in short, for KuroNekoCon, I did have fun going to Spokane, but next year I'll only go 1 day, and I'll probably save up and go to AkiCon. Bye guys.